around, I happened to
There it was.
There the flag was. Hey, it was the best thing to do.
All right.
You know.
All right, let's get back.
Strategic violence is a food fight in high school.
Is that what that was? With John Belushi? Wasn't that a scene from Animal House? Now, what do you mean by you're in favor of strategic violence?
Right. Instead of rioting and burning down America.
Right.
What one...
Well, why was it whenever you had a riot, you always burned... When blacks would have a riot, they always burned down their own neighborhood. I never could figure that out. Isn't that a little self-destructive?
At the time, we had been trained as black people very well.
Yeah.
Not educated. Okay. Had we have been educated, we'd have gone
You
to
were trained to burn down your own neighborhood.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it's you know...
Yeah, I never could quite figure that out.
Self-hatred.
Right.
You know, is very prominent. It's a disease we suffer from. As a psychiatrist at the University of Pittsburgh said, if you want to know what's wrong with black people in America, it's white people. And consequently, we have been trained very well in this mental... in this mental America. We've, like the Bible says, be in America, but not of it. And unfortunately, black people...
What do I feel? I'm talking to John Avanzini here. We get back to this Bible all the time. So in other words...
By the way, they tried to train me, but I went to Canada.
That what it was? All right, so in other words, to burn down your own community obviously was self-destructive, masochistic. All right, so to go back to selective violence now... Strategic violence. What... I'm trying to think of some form of strategic violence that you might approve of.
You have on your hat.
I have a Free John Gotti hat.
Free John Gotti. Let me call John Gotti. You know, the Godfather or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Gotti.
How to work in his Brando impression.
Mr. Gotti.
It's the one white guy he admires.
I do. Why do you like John Gotti? I like Italianes. I like Italians.
Okay.
But anyway,
why? Because they're practically black, in your opinion?
You know, I gotta. Oh, that's her comment.
Yeah,
you know, I had never heard that in my entire life. But I like the Godfather routine. And getting back to John Gotti.
Yeah.
You know, go to John Gotti. Say, look, Godfather. There's some people in the Brentwood that give no respect to the
This would be strategic violence.
Right.
Which the mafia doesn't
right. And say, Mr. Gotti, listen, these 5 people in Brentwood, and you know the story, hey, let them sleep with the fishes.
I see.
Very simple.
That's the way...
That's strategic violence.
I see. Okay.
You know?
All right.
Plain simple.
All right.
You know, rather than taking it out on yourself or a whole bunch of people, you know, if the right eye offend me, the right eye, not the left eye. You don't take out both eyes. Right. You take out that which is offending.
All right, now let's go back to something I mentioned earlier. I do want to make sure I have this. You should forgive my Nixonism.
By the way, my right eye was the follow-up to my left foot.
That's what it was. It was Daniel Day-Lewis starred in both the original and in the follow-up.
Okay.
We have to go break again. Gosh darn dang bust it, and I feel like the spirit of brotherhood is just overtaking us here.
Brain Dead Radio at its finest. The best of Doug Hoerth.
At a time when we change careers as often as we change phone companies, it's amazing how long we'll...
Sports Radio 1250!
Sports Radio 1250.
WTAE!
WTAE. Sports Radio 1250 WTAE's got you double-teamed in the evening with Phillips and Farrell.
Everybody tries to cheat one way or another.
All the jagoffs sit around and talk about me.
Wow! Harsh words.
You know, I don't have many friends in Pittsburgh.
How about one for the middle finger if we win it all?
All the old pricks take up all the tea time.
They're on some sort of drug.
We've got you double-teamed.
There will be fines levied.
John Phillips, evening, 6 to 10. Then it's Farrell on the bench from 10 to 1.
That's like apples and oranges.
Sports Radio 1250 WTAE.
Sports Radio 1250!
Oh, I can feel that power!
Sports Radio 1250
WTAE!
I promised the boss I would hum along with the music. Whistling a happy tune, if you will. 923 Sports Radio 12. Don't pay any attention to me. Doug will be back eventually, and then all of you people who keep calling him complaining, you'll be very happy, won't you? But you don't care if I'll be living in a van down by the river. Brisk and cold with snow showers accumulating 1 to 2 inches. If I have to say accumulating one more time this morning, I think I'm going to fall on the floor. Going up to 23 today. Tonight, cloudy, snow showers tapering to flurries and a low of 13 degrees. Thursday, variably cloudy, brisk, a few flurries, and a high of 32. It is still 12 degrees. Very cold outside. Ray Walker tonight, Sports Radio 1250 WTAE. He will be broadcasting live from the East Igloo Club. Oh, there's a cold word for you. At the Civic Arena at 6 o'clock tonight, live from the East Igloo Club, only on Sports Radio 1250 WTAE. Get well, Doug. Hope to talk to you tomorrow. Hope to see you tomorrow. And I'm sure you folks are looking forward to hearing Doug tomorrow.
It's the best of Doug Hoerth. Sounds like something you'd scrape off your shoe.
You have J.T. from the Hill on the program. Now, again, you've been listening to talk radio down through the years. J.T. from the Hill is everywhere. When we were Talk Radio 1250 WTAE, when he wasn't banned from this, that, or the other show, he was always calling. Been banned from mine for a good number of years. Well, again, if there's a talk show, sooner or later you're going to hear from this man, and his views have always fascinated the living hell out of me, so we finally decided, hey, let's bring him on the program and make him a co-host.
You know, I got into Rush Limbaugh's show last week.
Mm-hmm. You and Rush, now there's a Cornell.
Tony Snow was on it, and I had done an interview with Tony Snow from Fox News. And got in, and all I said was, I'm JT from Pittsburgh. And I thought maybe we got disconnected.
Right.
I called back 2 more times. JT from...
You didn't get disconnected.
Oh, hey, listen.
We don't need JT for the hell.
As a matter of fact, I think the producer was Diane Cridlin. She was the one that got rid of me from the big...
No, Diane Cridlin just got blown out of Philadelphia.
Well, what I'm saying is she got blown out. I thought maybe she was...
I don't want to get into the Diane...
Okay,
I don't want to get into the Diane Cridlin thing. But anyway, I want to go back to some of the things that you've said on this show down through the years. A couple weeks ago, you said that... Now, see if I said this on the air.
Common sense.
All right, yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay.
Shut up, it's my show. If I said this on the air, I would be, pilloried, is that the right word? From here to kingdom come, all right? Something such as what you said. Black people have, that's a stereotype, black people have more common sense than white people. You said that.
Right.
All right? At the time of Hugh Grant.
Okay.
He was the guy that went and got the hooker, the black hooker, all right? You got on the program and you just summarizing the sentence what you said. I don't want to replay that whole thing.
About Hugh Grant?
About Hugh Grant and the hooker.
Well, actually, Hugh Grant in one of the schools of thought was he really wanted a black man because the theory is that the white man's fantasy is to be the woman for the black man.
All right.
And so that's...
Well, you took that... We didn't get into that aspect. You got into why you had to have a black woman, because black women...
Oh, black women are far superior. It's the gates of heaven.
Sexually superior.
If you want to go to the gates of heaven... Make love to a black woman.
All right. Now, during the course of that conversation, you indicated that during your evolvement as a human being, that you experimented, a lot of experimentation, and there were about 150 black women, 150 white women.
Right.
And you said that the best white women in all of this 300 ranked about 151st.
Yes.
Okay? There wasn't one warm one in the bunch.
There wasn't
now,
one
are you saying to me that no white guy has common sense, only black people have common sense?
Not white. I'm saying white people in general.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's a stereotype of white people in general.
Some white people have or the majority of white people have no spirituality. The spirituality
You equate spirituality to common sense?
Right.
Okay.
Because we are God's people.
Black people are the chosen people.
People of color are God's people.
Okay. And what are white people? Are we accents?
There's now,
were we invented by Yakub? All right.
There it is.
All right.
There it is.
White people were invented...
On the Isle of Patmos.
Where?
On the Isle of Patmos.
The Isle of Patmos. I wanted to get into this because this is the Farrakhan portion of the show. You buy this. You buy the white people were...
Well, see, I can tell you, and you know yourselves, that man came out of Africa.
Yeah.
Man came out... But
out of Africa was Robert Redford and Meryl Streep. I believe. It was on the other night, as a matter of fact.
You cannot, as a white person, trace your lineage or where you came from, your origin. You can't trace it out of Africa.
All right, so you're saying, now, if memory serves me correctly, Farrakhan believes that white people were invented by a mad scientist?
Well, he wasn't a mad. The Greeks call him... The Greeks call him...
A little strange.
The Greeks call him Imhotep.
They call him what?
Imhotep is his name.
I thought we called him Zorba.
They tried
He
to...
was the guy who tapped danced on
he was
sand.
a Greek.
That was totally...
They tried...
Wait a minute, we have to take a break.
Right,
Before we get
go
back to how white people were invented by a mad scientist on Sports Radio 1250 WTA.
You know, I think I saw that experiment on Mr. Wizard.
Was that what that was? I thought it was the X-Files myself.
Laurence,
19 before 7 o'clock. We'll get back to all you mad white people in just a minute on Sports Radio 12. And these white people going, you're damn right I'm mad. Sports Radio 1250
Let her train
W.
Doug Hoerth.
We got 17 degrees and a few flurries at 9:30. Good morning, Joe DeStio. Sports Radio 1250 WTAE. Westbound lanes of the Pennsylvania Turnpike between exits 11 and 10 are closed this hour. Crews are clearing loose rocks from a landslide earlier this week just west of the Bedford exit. Those lanes are expected to reopen sometime today, but we don't know exactly when. Again, that's westbound between Bedford and Somerset. Her son was killed in a random...
I'm Bill DeFabio for Sports Radio 1250 WTAE.
Sports Radio 1250.
Holy moly! Double yoink!
Sports Radio 1250
WTAE.
WTAE.
Old Man Winter. Old Man Winter has returned. Hey, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Cold outside. 12 degrees. Sports Radio 1250 WTAE. Mr. Hoerth, Doug, that is. Not in the building today. He is off probably having some strange things removed from his ears, including a lot of wax. Yeah. Brisk, cold, snow showers accumulating 1 to 2 inches high, 23 degrees. Sports Radio 1250 WTAE. My name is Laurence Gaines, and I am doing the honors here, pressing the buttons and playing the tapes, because Doug, he just decided not to come in today. No, he's ill, and we wish him the best. Get yourself back here as quickly as possible, Doug. Let us now return.
It's the best of Doug Hoerth. Now you're gonna get it.
9:36 right here, Sports Radio 1250 WTAE. Back to Doug and the infamous J.T. from the Hill.
J.T. from the Hill, talk show caller extraordinaire, is the guest, and again, it's 13 minutes before 7 o'clock. Now, Minister Farrakhan believes, if I'm understanding this correctly, that white people were invented by a scientist, a little eccentric guy, maybe not mad, but a little off the wall. Mm-hmm. His name was Yaqub. Now, to go back, for those who didn't hear J.T. from the beginning, Jesus was black, Moses was black, all of the people in the Bible were black, with the exception of the Romans and the Greeks. Everybody else is black in the Bible, all right? So how did this guy Yaqub, how did he come into existence? And did he wake up one day and say, gee, they're going to invent white people? How did that work?
Yaqub was a genius extraordinaire.
Was he a black guy? He was black.
Black.
Okay.
The Greeks adopted him. His name was...
But there's one black guy you don't admire.
Oh, I love him.
Oh, you do? Because he invented white people.
No.
Oh, okay.
That was his mistake.
That's what I was going to say.
Hey,
up until the fact that he invented white people was doing pretty good.
But he was a scientist. He taught the Greeks. The Greeks were stupid, and they adopted him. You know, they have a picture. But if you look at the picture of him...
Right after Byron and Byray.
He was definitely a brother. You know, but he taught the Greeks.
Yeah.
He was a...
Well, as brilliant as he was then, how did he do something so stupid as to invent these white people? We have a bad day of Black Rock, no pun intended. How did that happen?
I don't know exactly how the experiment came about.
But was it an evolutionary thing? Did he decide that we needed another group of people with a different skin pigment?